Well, I would love to continue this conversation more, but I know we're pressed for time and we also want to open the floor to members who want to ask questions. But before that, I would like to ask one last question of both yourself and Mr. Raymond. It's a visioning question. 10, 15 years from now, where do you see Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, it depends a lot, in my view, to what happens.
What would you like to see for Trinidad and Tobago?
What I would like to see for Trinidad and Tobago, I would like to see that we're able to get young people to understand that the future of this country depends on them. And when you look at the issues facing Trinidad and Tobago, the economic issues, the crime situation, openness, transparency, accountability, the issue of official corruption, misuse and abuse of power, if this continues without the young people getting involved and show that they are sensitive and they want to save Trinidad and Tobago, we are going to be in serious trouble.
Well, I would echo those sentiments. I would put Trinidad and Tobago in context in terms of our role in the region. We have a big footprint internationally. Yeah? When you go outside and you meet people, thinking people, educated people from other parts of the world, India, Africa, China, those places, Trinidad and Tobago is a place that has an impact and people know about it and they're interested in what happens here. I can remember being astonished 25 years ago, meeting certain people, certain brothers and certain sisters and certain comrades from Nigeria, from a radical movements in Nigeria, who every week used to read OWTU's Vanguard. OWTU's Vanguard makes its way over the waters. And I'm not discussing internet times like now, because the internet is really 15, 20 years old to get to the power it has now. I'm talking about before that. Those people in Nigeria used to order OWTU Vanguard to see what is happening in Trinidad and Tobago and be able to discuss a point with you about Trinidad and Tobago. So we have a presence, okay? I think that the Caribbean civilization, such as it is, offers a tremendous promise to the world, to the globe. Trinidad and Tobago is a big society in that space, although we're small like that. If we get it right, in terms of our racial mix and the prosperity of the country and our sensibilities, if we get it right, there's tremendous hope for the region. If we get it wrong, and we have to fight hard to have a fruitful conversation, to have stability in our society, to change some of those old-fashioned and dirty ways that we conduct ourselves in public life and private life, and so change some of those ways. If we get it wrong, we're really discussing a terrible sort of outlook for the region. We already have a region that is largely outward-looking in terms of the repatriation of funds and the people being in the first world and so on. We have to develop more of a south-to-south understanding. That is something I'll be doing some work on shortly. South-to-south understanding. What is the learning we can get from Africa? What are the best practice lessons of what's happened in Africa? What are the best practice lessons of what's happened in the Indian subcontinent? And they really are best practice lessons. People look at Trinidad and Tobago as exemplary in certain things, and we just keep on going, and it really is. The burden would really be on the younger people. I see some of you here today, and that's very encouraging. So I would leave it at that. I very much find myself in accord with Mr. Maraj.
All right, well, thank you very much, gentlemen. And I'd like now to pass it on to Mr. Alexis as we open up the question and answer session of this segment this evening.